are here. Probably wondering what happened after I returned the drone to Walmart. We have some mysteries. And at the end of the show, have something different that might be passed over. Anyhow, Blood Axe Basics starts now. Well, actually me pulling the darts out. Starts now. See ya. Well, here we are. Look at this. And it's nighttime, folks. This is going to be my first flight with this drone. Okay. Saying there was trouble with something. Not sure what. Let's see how it does. What's it saying on here? Here it is. Take off. Wow. How's that, folks? Check it out. First flight. I can't do the filming and the control at the same time. A lot of energy going through there. Oh boy. Okay, anyhow. Saw where we were at, and I was just about to show you the box, but since I have the drone here handy, let me show you the butt end of it. This is more the business end, depending on your point of view, I guess. This is what I found there. Not in the toy section. In the electronics section. I was looking for like a GoPro clone. Because I was thinking with the finances the way they are, this is probably the quickest way for something like me to get a Phantom. And I'll tell you why. Not completely, but mostly why. It's about $100. It is a Promark Warrior drone. It's like a p70 or p70. You know, I guess I should be more into the total specs on this, everything, you know, before I make these videos, but I'm just too excited about it, man. This stuff gets in your blood, like I was saying. Thank gosh I'm not one of those guys that still, you know, hasn't grown up and has all kinds of toys and stuff, because then I'd be bankrupt. I'd be living with a drone in a cardboard box. Has all of this stuff. We don't need to see it, because I can tell you about it. Okay, and I'm trying to be not so silly or irreverent in these review videos. As you can see, that was serious business there. And stick to the point and not ramble so much. So, it is, number one, it was black. The camera, you can control the up and down angle. I think they're saying like 75 degrees, but it looks like an included angle. It doesn't look like it's because it's only about that bar up and down. It looks like about 30-something degrees actually. Up and down while you're flying, in flight, which is nice. Not that high resolution camera, 500 something. It's really designed for FPV, but like from what I've seen, it looks like if it's pure FPV, it usually doesn't have the altitude hold, which this one does. So I don't know, it may be a little bit having a bit of an identity crisis, but it works for me because I can get a little bit of both in. Although I was loving at the end the snappy response and what I could do with that other drone, so I was keeping it basically without the altitude control. Seems like with the altitude control, they're not quite as snappy. Very limited experience, so that's just been my experience so far with these things. So this one has the altitude control. It has the camera, not that good, and I really want a camera drone, something to take aerial photographs that will go good in videos and you know, do whatever. But I want it to be a good camera. So then, Blood Axe, why did you buy one with the really worst camera that you had yet on any drone, or didn't even know it would go down so far in resolution? Why, thank you. That's a good question. My schizophrenic clone, whatever you are, because this is like a clone. It's a clone drone. Should not drink and drone, by the way. It's a clone drone of a Cyma X8, I believe. It's one of the X8 model line. They have a bunch. CHW, XYZ, LMNOP, all these different types, but they're all the same kind of body style, it looks like. Different options and variations. And they have tons and tons of accessories for those, and they all pretty much, from what I've seen so far, work on this. So you got a great base here to work from. It's not that expensive. If you had, I'd say have a little bit of experience, maybe one of those small ones inside the house or whatever, or like the $40 ones, you know, that kind of thing. It's just a little experience, and then you get one of these, and it's very, very much more difficult to crash that way. So you're not going to really, and if you do crash it that badly, well, $100 isn't chump change. It's not the 500 or 800 or whatever that DJI, name your whatever product, would cost you. And it's a good base to build on. You can get stuff for this. They got brushless motor kits. They've got other controller boards you could get for this that have, and I've made this old news to a bunch of you. Not to me. I'm discovering. So I'm, you know, I got that excitement like a little kid still. Sorry, you know, call me an idiot. I'm sure you do. And that's okay. You know, I like abuse. Only got to pay extra for that. This has, you can put a GPS unit on that controller, whatever, depending on what kind of inputs that other controller has. They'd have to get a new transmitter because it'd be a whole different setup. But anyhow, this you can grow, and if you don't destroy it, you know, it's the first whatever until you start building up. It's a good base. You as you grow, this can grow. How about that? All right, here's the controller, because I'm trying to keep this to the point and not ramble too much. And the other ones, I watch the other ones, and I'm seeing like I'm too silly sometimes and ramble. Let's stay to the point. Blood Axe. Now, controller. There it is. It's all pretty like Christmas, lights up. Speeds over here. It's got 4 speeds, 4 lights, but no, it has 5 speeds. The top speed, both these 2 red lights blink. And I'll tell you, I'm sure there's faster ones out there. It seems like I've seen some videos of faster ones. They look faster. Maybe it's the camera angle. I don't know. This thing's freaking fast, man. And it's good against a stronger wind like that. Problem is, you got to be ready for real quick maneuvers, because before you know it, it's going to get there. If the wind shifts a different way, which it does a lot out here, all of a sudden now the way you were fighting it isn't there. It's over to the side. Now it's going, you know, bite at the neighbor's cat or dog or, I don't know, sheep. A few neighbors really like the sheep around here. Okay, and you've got normal mode, you've got headless mode. I haven't even put it in headless mode. I'm not even sure that you can. I would imagine since it has that light and the manual says you can, but I've been flying it. Same kind of theory, like the altitude hold. It's sort of like, I guess, training wheels, you could think of it as. And just forget that headless mode until you're really good flying without the headless mode. Then I guess you could do some tricks in headless mode that are cool, spinning around and whatever. But without the headless mode, you learn how to fly it, and I'm getting much, much better. Perfect? No. Never will be, but much, much better at knowing which way to pitch it when it's coming straight at you, because they're just opposite. You know, it's like you're just got to think of yourself in the control room in the con inside the little mini person. It's hard for me to, you know, imagine myself in different types of roles or whatever, but I finally got it to where I could imagine I'm a little teeny guy inside of their controlling it, and if you're flying straight towards the guy, you know, you're gonna go this way, and things can, you know, your ship's gonna go that way. But if it's coming at you, if you're, you know what I'm saying, but in reality, which I'm firmly in touch with, if it's coming at you this way, and you go this way, it ain't gonna go that way, it's gonna go the other way. Yeah, so you got to just put yourself in the mindset you're inside it and what way, and pretty good. I'm not getting too bad at it. Right here is the up and down control for the camera angle. That's real nice to play with that as you want, and of course the normal trim. This is for your y'all, hi y'all. This is for front, back, side to side. Just pretty well. Automatic takeoff. That's how you got it. As far as I can tell, you got to use the automatic takeoff. Hit the button. What's really neat is this goes right to factory reset everything. I do this before every flight because you got to adjust the trim a little bit every flight anyhow. But this puts zeros out everything. Make sure you're on a flat ground. You know, if you hit the button and maybe you jiggle it or something right when it's setting up all the different gyros and whatever else it's got in there, accelerometers. That could still not give you a good result. So this will do all that again for you while it's sitting on the ground and nothing's touching it. Now, I don't go so far as to get a level out there and make sure everything's exactly level, but because I'm not a professional, that works really well. And then you got your mount here for your camera, for your phone, to do whatever with the camera, to record, do not record, take photos. You can do that on the controller too. But if you don't have your phone, because it records on your phone, I don't see how. I haven't tried yet. Not that important, because you're probably going to be having your phone when you do this anyhow. Excuse me if it is important to you, and I'm showing my ignorance there. And later on, I'll have just a real quick segment to show you how to match up this drone on the Wi-Fi and your phone, so you have a phone drone. And it's something that I actually learned from the Sharper Image one. Thank you, Sharper Image, not quality control, but tech support for barely knowing what a phone app was. They couldn't even tell me, I've already gone over this, how to make them to talk to each other, because I had a heck of a time finally screwing around with that one. I figured out how to do it, and guess what? Got to do it with this one too. And like I thought, it was my phone. The protocol on the phone or something requires, let me turn the slide off so it's not so distracting. You only have the brilliance of one personality here, and that's me right now. Yeah, so I'll show you if any of you are having trouble with that. I guess it depends on the phone. When this Zenfone piece of equipment was working, I didn't have to go through this step to get them to match up. But with the Nexus 6, I do. So I'm thinking maybe some of you might be having a problem getting them to match up. I found the answer for me, and I bet you for 90% of the other cases with people that have a phone like that. So I'll be later on, stick through the video, and I'll have that info for you. And I think I got some screen recordings that'll work really well. I was trying to take one picture of the phone with another one, and while it was okay, it wasn't up to the Blood Axe quality that I like. So let me, I know, let's watch. I got some video, some flight video. I don't have the third-person view, because they're on that phone, and hopefully it backed itself up automatically. Like I have it set to my cloud stuff, so I can later pull them down later on. But it's got some shortened. I was going on a little bit with the other ones, I thought, because I love the aerial views. I could watch that for a long time, but too long for a review, and so is my rambling. So let's watch some flight video, and I'll get this off, and I'll be back. Well, yeah, here we are with some video off the new Warrior drone. And there's the blood axe in the front yard of my castle here, and we're just checking out. See, outside of the mystic fence I have around the property, it's destruction, and well, there's some nice, kind of nice to look at, rotted vegetation down below. I think maybe we should come back and get, oh, look at, there we go, look at that. Isn't that amazing? Just can't get enough of that. So anyhow, here we are, flying around, just trying to keep it kind of steady here, a little bit steadier video. We'll go to some other places and check out more than this rotting vegetation, and later on in the series. But for right now, it's convenient. It's right outside the house, and we're just, you know, basically these are all shakedown cruises for the time being anyhow, until I learn a little better how to do it. And let's turn around, look back at the abode, and let's fly back in. Has some good height, and that's a secret. Not a secret, well known, secret to me up to a little bit ago. Get up high. Get up high. Out of the way of power lines and trees and all that. If you make a mistake, it's easily correctable. Just turn around, try it over. Here it comes. Ah, look out, here we go. Poof. All right, back here. Look at that. Transported me into the backyard over the fabulous former swimming pool, now dirt mound. There it is. Isn't that amazing? Shouldn't probably show you that. Secret stuff, man. Hope you could handle it. Now we're flying, this is the backyard. We're going to get a little height and go over the trees out to the street. Check that out. This is actually, I think, the first time flying from the backyard into the front to the street. We've gotten comfortable enough with the range and that I'm not going to lose control over it and it fly away on me. Hopefully that won't happen, but if it ever does, it's not that be way in the future. And hopefully not, because I do have plans to put in a better camera, the gimbal, brushless motors, GPS. When I'm done with all that, it'll end up costing me more probably than a Phantom. But I'll have fun doing it, be like a hobby, keep me out of trouble, and be an interesting experiment. Sort of like putting it all on layaway, a little piece at a time after I buy it and put it in. I already have it, you know. So there's my neighbors next door. At one point in time, this house was used for selling thoroughbred horses. But these are some new folks, greatest folks in the world. They give you some veggies quite often out of their little greenhouse that they have that's sealed, filtered. They don't need to use pesticides. They don't have to worry about like tomato worms or aphids or snails or any of that stuff. And man, they have some great tasting veggies. Their romaine lettuce is out of this world. The Swiss chard's fantastic. Yeah, kind of living out in the country. That's some of the best people in the world with that little mini lake back there. Family to me, and I think I am to them too. They've helped me out a great bunch. Thank you very much, folks. You go nameless. We don't know where we're at. Sorry, I got a little bit of your property in there, but I'm up so high. Look at how high up this thing is. Could go up higher too. We'll get some higher stuff, but I'm right directly over the top of the house. Let's go out over to to my street, my dirt road street that I've always wanted. And there's some other folks way out in the distance. Some other folks here. Yeah, we had a little compound here with 3 different properties. We're all family, and hey, it makes a good place to defend yourself from, if necessary. Hopefully not. Anyhow, there's where they used to mate. This is an old ostrich ranch, as I'm sure I've said before. That's where they used to mate the ostriches. They have 2 separate pens and then let them go to town in that one area. That's where the young ones, they used to keep them. They have like little trees to hide in, and salt cedars, actually very similar to mesquite. And yeah, when you finally get them to grow enough, they grow real slow. Chop that wood down and have a barbecue with it, because it makes some good real wood barbecue. Here's looking at the property from a different angle. It's actually, again, one of the, to me, nicest places that I've ever lived. Many of you are looking at it and going, oh, yuck, it's desert. It fits me, and I like desert. Taste is taste, whether it's in food, music, or where you want to live. Anything else, one person's taste isn't better than the others. But I'm very happy here, and again, I thank the family that kind of adopted me. Or did I adopt them? One of the other. I think I just wouldn't leave them alone. They said, I might as well, just accept it. It's here to stay. So, yeah, flying over the compound. This drone is really working out. I'm glad I got the sharper image one, but this Promark p70 Warrior is my cup of tea. Expandable, inexpensive, and very, very fun. Glad I had a little experience with a few other drones first, and it's put me just in the right place at the right time for this one. Very enjoyable. I would recommend it. Actually, I would very much recommend it. You're in the same place as me, right there. Let's go back and look at that special tip I promised you at the beginning of the video. Alright, so here's some video that's actually the third person. And we were able to do this because I got the Zen phone up and running and retrieved some stuff I had on there. So there it goes. This is kind of later on, sort of day, evening, so you can see the lights and how pretty it looks, but still be able to see the drone. I think I left in another blooper reel here. I don't know. I haven't crashed this thing hardly at all, and yet lately. But now, here I go. I crashed it into the tree earlier, and now, or no, I haven't done that yet. You'll see that I have that on this. It's kind of like a blooper reel. And then I bring this back in and proceed to fly it right into my leg. But barring that, I've been doing pretty good with it. And it still is flying. I didn't break it or nothing. Here we go. Watch this. Here we go. Stop. Boom. Right in my leg. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so let's see. Here's some more flying around. It's a lot of fun. It's great. Great little drone. Not so little. I love this one's really a keeper. I don't know if you can tell or not, but yeah, it's a real keeper. So here it comes. Yeah. Do lots of fun stuff. Watch this. This is funny. I get it up higher so I could do a roll, and it just did like a triple right into the ground. How does that happen? Well, and I'm a little in the distance. I guess because it's getting late. I was having a little bit of trouble focusing here. Just a couple more seconds of this, and then we'll get back to something. We'll change to something else. But there's a real good shot coming up here. I guess I could have just edited this out. Because really, as entertaining as watching this
the video go in and out of focus. Yeah, as entertaining as that is, we could do without it. So here we're coming around, flying the drone, having fun, making videos, impressing the neighbors. Actually, some of these neighbors, I'm half afraid if I go out there flying this thing too much, they're going to come out with shotguns. Here we go. So it can be a little podunky-ish. And here it is, a wonderful video. Yeah, wonderful drone. Wow, right there. Poof. Landing. Excellent job there. See, that's the kind of stuff I do. And
River. It's River. Hello? Yes. We're going to now, River, you and I together, using your doggy powers, the new, different way I haven't seen covered quite yet, maybe mentioned, but not shown. The new way, different way to control your drone. Options. Keep your options open. Here on Blood Axe Basics. Thank you, River. Okay, I was going to edit this out, but it's kind of funny actually. There we go. Blooper. Right on your main video. You don't even have to go to a blooper reel. Okay, the rest of this is pretty serious, but I apologize for the audio. It kind of sucks. Someday when I get some real editing gear, I'll be able to fix all that. But right now, let's just enjoy what I'm doing. I'm controlling it with the phone. I have it in what you call gravity mode. And you just use the phone for a controller, and you tilt the phone back and forth. Whichever way you tilt the phone's where it's going. You can control everything through the phone. And here we go. Something I promised to show you. At the beginning of the video, when I was playing darts. Check this out. Fly it. Just get the phone out. We'll do more than just record. Come back to it. Side. I'm not going to go crazy showing you flying. Just get it flying. Just get the house. We'll do it. Now it doesn't have the range that the controller has. Very intuitive control. And fun. And there you have it. I do it like that every time. And now, as promised, only here on Blood Axe Basics so far. Soon to be copied, I'm sure, because of the millions of viewers we have everywhere. How to connect your phone to the Wi-Fi coming out of the drone. If you're having trouble, enjoy. Okay, so what we're doing here basically is trying to connect with the Wi-Fi. Now this is the normal Wi-Fi I'm connected to. Right about here, I turn on the drone, and there it is. What you want to do is forget it. Select it, forget it, then select it again. Then it's going to connect, and you got to wait for that to pop up. Tap it, and it'll say, do you want to keep connected to this? And you say, yes, absolutely. And there you go. It's now connected. You'll be just fine. You can do what you want. Let's see. I think we're going to try it again just to make sure we've got this down. So let's go into settings, Wi-Fi, and go ahead and select the drone. You see it's like p70 whatever. Something different that you normally haven't seen. You know, turn the drone off, it disappears, turn it on, there it is. So you select it and forget it. Let's see if I'm doing that. Here we go. We're selecting it. Here we go. There we go. Now let's forget it. And let's select it again. Select it again. And wait for it. Wait for it. It's going to say you're connected, but there's no frickin' internet, dude. What are you doing? You want to stay connected to this junker? And heck yeah, you do. So just hit yes. And the rest is history. You are connected. You're going to be able to get your video. You're going to be able to control it through the phone. The control part, you'd have to have it not connected to the regular controller. Okay? There you go. As promised, how to connect it. Troubleshooting at its finest. Hi. Well, that's it for us. No, don't get excited, River. You get excited doing all this extra video work. She helps with video magic, you know? Don't you, baby? Here, shake. Can you shake that? Good girl. She's worn out, a little confused. Anyhow, hey. Thank you for watching. Tried to be a little more to the point, not ramble so much, and more serious. Much more serious. Really, it's serious. It's very serious. It's part of my therapy. But that's now seriously serious. Back to reality. Thank you very much. There's a few of you that have subscribed. I've had a few views. Not a whole bunch, but I value every one of them. Thank you, folks. Very appreciative of that, seriously. And I'm going to do a few more of these. We'll see what happens. Maybe just something to laugh at later on in life. Or it is my hobby, and it is me. So we'll just see what happens. Enough rambling. Again, seriously, sincerely, thank you. Thank you very much. If you enjoy this and you're watching, and if you don't, thank you just for being honest and leave comments if you want. Certainly subscribe, and you won't get a whole lot of notices because I don't do a whole lot of these, but yeah, subscribe and like. If you like it, don't lie, just for me, you know, and say you like it when you don't. Yeah, go ahead and like it, subscribe, and I appreciate River, the Wonder Dog, appreciates it, and thank you very much. And we'll see you next time on Blood Axe Basics.